Hey everybody, it's me, Matt, and we're going to talk about one of my favorite things, movies. People love when movies make them laugh, cry, action, or my favorite, scared. Everybody's scared of something, whether it's heights, old people, when you look at a maze too long and it screams at you. But something that everybody's afraid of is when you have to be very quiet. And that's why it's surprising to me that it's taken so long for someone to make a movie where the scary part of it is that you have to be in a quiet place. And that movie is 2018's A Quiet Place. In A Quiet Place, we follow the Quiet family, who struggle to survive in a world that's inhabited by spooky creatures that eat sound or something, or hate sound, or I'm not sure, but if you make sound, you better look out, because those monsters are gonna come running. The Quiet family starts out with 3 children, but one of them's too loud, so they have to remake it. John Krasinski plays the lead, Father Quiet, and it's his job to make sure that the rest of the family stays silent. And he does this by making bad toys and dumping sand everywhere. He'll just shush them. He does it in a kind of weird way. It's like his finger's like hooked and way up on the side of his nose like that. You know, like you think you'd just do it like that. But so the problems really start for the Quiet family when Mother Quiet drops a picture and it makes a loud noise. Gosh, it's just so weird. It's like, why wouldn't you do, I've never seen someone do it that way. Like, look at all these pictures of people shushing someone and not one of them does this crooked finger thing, right? It's like it's a straight finger over the lips. And it rarely even goes above the nose. But even if it does, it's like you would just keep it straight. You wouldn't like hook it to the side like that. So, the mom, played by Emily Blunt, who's John Krasinski's wife, who actually also does a shush in the movie. And she does it totally normal. Just finger over the lips. None of this to the side stuff. It's so weird. So she drops the thing, and then the kids are in a grain silo, and it's scary out there. And I would just think that somebody on set, like John Krasinski, I get it, he's the director, it's up to him, but somebody would go, hey, this movie about being quiet, maybe we should tell people how to be quiet the right way with a shush. I don't know, maybe John Krasinski's like some sort of like overbearing, tyrant on set, and everyone's too scared to say anything to him, but like, it seems like a pretty important part of the movie. So the kids get stuck in this truck, and but the monsters are coming, and it's so like blatantly weird to do a shush like that. It actually makes me wonder, is it some sort of sign? Not to the people in the movie, but to us watching the movie. Now, notice I did say sign, and they use American Sign Language throughout the film. Well, one of the characters is deaf, and I noticed that the shush he does is similar to the American Sign Language sign for X, the letter X, the 24th letter in the alphabet. So when we start to look at John Krasinski and what made him famous, well, what's the 24th episode of The Office? Oh, it's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day, so dead end. Hold on. That's the 24th episode overall, but the first season to have 24 episodes was season 3. Now, you'd have to break A Benihana Christmas into 2, but if you do that, the 24th episode of that season is The Job. Now, The Job is the episode where Jim and Pam finally get together. So this is a big episode for the character Jim. This is a big episode for the show overall. This is a big episode for John Krasinski, the director of this film, who did the weird shush. So, okay, we take that episode. What happens at the 24th minute in that episode? David Wallace, played by Andy Buckley, says, "And you still managed to trim the budget. That is nice work." AYSMTTTBTINW. It was immediately obvious to me that this string of letters included the words "been tasty." Now we do have an MTT and W left over, but you'll notice that each of these letters is symmetrical. They're 2 sides are identical, mirror images of each other. Of course, we'll drop one T since it's doubled, then add together the value of the remaining letters, 20, 13, and 23. That leaves us with 56. Now, again, we go off the mirror images, the doubles, the presence of twos, and we divide this number in half 3 times since we had 3 distinct letters to begin with. 56 divided by 2 is 28, 28 divided by 2 is 14, 14 divided by 2 is 7. Now we know we end here because this number is no longer perfectly divisible by 2. And what is the 7th letter of the alphabet? G. Now if that's not enough proof for you, take MTTW and put it into Helvetica Bold, the font used for the office logo. Now overlay those letters and what do you see? That's right. Obvious G. Now when we put that all together, you get big and tasty. That's a burger that McDonald's used to compete with the Whopper. But this wasn't the first time McDonald's tried to compete with the Whopper. Before the BNT, there was the McDLT. So, DLT, where have I heard that before? Nowhere. But when I put it into Bing, I came up with this site, DLT Trading. Now, when we take a scroll through DLT Trading's website, we notice something interesting. On their knife that you can get personally engraved, their example name is Joseph Smith. Not John Smith, as you might expect to see on a default or example name. Joseph Smith, the founder of Mormonism. So that got me thinking, Mormons, MTXW, all these mirrored letters, 2 of a kind, a pair, Mormons that go together, that come together all the time, Donnie and Marie Osmond, the most famous Mormon pair that there is. Now, tapping the side of your nose can be an indication that what you're saying is a secret, but John's finger is on the other side of his nose, almost as if he's saying, I'm revealing a secret, I'm putting the truth out there. John Krasinski is shining a light on the truth about Donnie and Marie Osmond. I believe that this coded message in plain sight was the first of the X drops, and John Krasinski is X himself. What sinister plots are Donnie and Marie involved in? Are they the head of this nefarious cabal or just one of the rungs on an insidious ladder? At this point, it's impossible to say. This is the very first piece of the puzzle that we're just beginning to unlock. But trust me, I will be combing through every piece of media John Krasinski has released, from Something Borrowed to License to Wed. While he was out there playing fictional hero Jack Ryan, John Krasinski was being a true hero to the American people. Quiet Place is pretty good. I give it a 10 out of 10. Thanks, everybody.